New reports coming in saying that Will Smith is too scared to divorce Jada Pinkett Smith, especially due to how she reacted to those salacious rumors last week. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. I know a lot of us have had this theory that Will Smith has just been wrapped around Jada Pinkett Smith's finger. It's not that far-fetched seeing how this relationship has run. The amount of stuff that Jada has revealed about her man, it's just a lot. It's too much. It's embarrassing. It's emasculating. Well, now Heat Magazine is coming in with this report from sources saying that he is, in fact, too scared to divorce her after those claims of last week. Now more than ever, he needs her fighting his corner. I want to go through this report and I want to get your thoughts, guys, because there's some interesting quotes that come in here. And I got to say, it does seem pretty believable. Now, again, this is gossip coming in from sources over at Heat Magazine. They've had some pretty on the money stuff regarding the Prince Harry, Meghan stuff and others. So I'd say their track record's better than some, but they still do some gossip that's not always accurate. So take it with a grain of salt. But let's see what you guys think. So after that, as you guys know, last week, that report came in that Will was having relations with actor Duane Martin years earlier. Brother Bilaal, his ex-assistant, came forward and said this. Will's rep said that this was unequivocally false, and the actor was reeling, but it was Jada's immediate defense and support for her ex that gave him strength. Now, having recently come close to splitting from Jada for good, we're told Will is rethinking his next move and ultimately realizing that, like Jada, frequently stated in public, they're stronger together than apart. And now more than ever, he needs her on his side. We got a lot more to go through, but what do you think? I want you to leave a comment down below. Do you think that, as weird as these two are, there's really nobody else out there that's going to have his back? I even as I said it out loud, I'm having trouble not laughing. And look, I understand that she did step up this week and she was aggressive. She did defend her man then, and she's been there in some photo ops and things. But I got to say, overall, she's revealed far too much about their marriage, their family. It's hard to just say, oh yeah, after all the entanglements and things that she's done, it's hard to say that she's really been there for her man. Now, I'm not there in real life, but based on what she tells the public, not the clickbait, what she tells the public, that's hard to accept. So I don't know what you guys think, but leave a comment. Let's hear more of what the source says. At the end of the day, even with all his complaints about Jada, Will really does love her, says an insider close to the actor, who's kept a relatively low profile. It's true, since that incident in March, the Oscars. More than that, he trusts her to have his back and defend him when the chips are down. She's proven countless times that she's willing to fight for him. And in times of crisis, he's done the same for her. And in that way, they're a very solid partnership. And as unconventional as things are, they both benefit a whole lot from their marriage. And Will feels like, at least for now, he's much better off keeping with the status quo. He'd be too scared of a future without her. Now, look, I could see this being accurate. I got to be honest, because you're in this relationship that Jada has admitted was just a relationship for show, that they were, divorced, but not on paper, whatever the hell all that meant. But clearly they were not like fully together, but they were there for the sake of their kids. And sure enough, yep, they're out there for the sake of their kids. This past Thanksgiving, there was a sign of unity as he showed both his, Trey's mom and then Jaden and Willow's mom all together for Thanksgiving, along with the rest of the family. Best Thanksgiving ever. That's mom with her 9 grandkids. They did a whole photo shoot, and cute. Good on them. They run a production company. I'm sure that wasn't too hard to stage. But look, when you see all this, I got to say, look, I look at this and I think Will really is a stand-up guy. Look at this. Cool with his ex-wife and his son. That's so good for his kid, for Trey especially. I really like Trey. He seems to have a good head on his shoulders. And, there he is still with Jada, kissing her. And Jada's family, there's both mother-in-laws together. Look, this is healthy, man. It's good if you can pull this off. Most relationships can't. Most relationships don't end well or end with such emotion and issues that they can't be in the same room together. So I do applaud him to an extent. While there's a lot of stuff in here, I'm so confused about y'all life. There's a lot of stuff in here. Blink if you need help, bro. God, I respect Will, though. Every single person and thing that has said negative, he keeps it pushing. Pride and respect to the family. True testament of what being a father and a family man is. It's hard to not see that too, right? It's hard to not see him trying to keep his family together no matter what at all costs, right? And Jada, of course, out there with her people contacts. Perfect Thanksgiving and, her mom and all these posts. But going back to the article at hand, is this really what it is? Is this just the status quo, the family keeping things right? Is he better off? Is a future without Jada worse? Is having Jada as his public enemy worse than having her right there in his home with her? That's the big question here. Now, she's talked a lot in the book. We talked about the entanglement. They do a little bit of a recap of all the things they've done. But this incident with Duane Martin has come forward. There was a point where they were apparently he was going to end things with her. So, as he previously reported, all these revelations, plus her suggestion that she might move back in with the actor as he's getting old and would need someone to take care of him, another knock at him, slight, had sent Will flying in the opposite direction from Jada, with whom he shares children, Jade and Willow, who are now adults, 25 and 22, as well as Trey, 30, his son from a previous relationship. Publicly humiliated, Will was apparently closer than ever to ending their current status quo and starting the process of getting divorced, which, with the combined fortune of $400 million and no prenup between them, promised to be a complicated and expensive process. $400 million estate, no prenup. If that's true, another reason why he might actually be scared. But then came last week's revelations on that Tasha K podcast with brother Bilal. We know what happened here with Dwayne, etc. He made disparaging comments about the size of Will's manhood, added that he had married Jada because he needed that validation to have that type of woman. I don't know about that, man. Will could have had anybody he wanted. But that's what came out. Will remained silent, but had his reps out there. The story is completely fabricated, and the claim is unequivocally false. The actor was consulting lawyers. Dwayne, who became long-term friends with Will after starring in 2 episodes of Fresh Prince, hasn't commented, with source saying he didn't want to dignify the ridiculous story with a response. But here he is with Jada and with his ex-wife, Tisha Campbell. I don't know why they broke up, but they are no longer together. So while the men were staying low-key, Jada's defiant response made an even bigger splash. We're suing. And then she went on The Breakfast Club, and we played you that video we showed you. According to our insider, Jada's strength and united show of support in those appearances and loud and about saying we're suing, etc. All that support for Will was in yet another hour of need and made him remember everything he values in their relationship. While being intimate and romantic with each other is a ship that's long since sailed, they will always be there for each other through thick and thin. And to him, that's worth more than a divorce could ever provide. Now, before I continue the last little bit, it's confusing me because, look, you're clearly not in a relationship with Cherie, your ex-wife, but you still clearly have support. You guys are supporting each other. Why couldn't you get to that point with Jada too, where you end things amicably, but you still become each other's supporters? It's the partner of your kids, right? The mother of your kids, the father of your kids. You shouldn't be disparaging them no matter what. No matter what happens, you got to protect those kids and the image of them, of their parents, for the public. It changes things astronomically. So we're told as soon as all this latest crisis blew up, Jada was by Will's side. They're both so disgusted by the accusations. There's no question that they'll take this on together. Silver lining is that it's brought them closer. She's proven that she's still a total ride or die, even after all that's happened. And that isn't something Will is going to forget. And then they remind everybody of that final statement in that entanglement episode. We ride together, we die together, bad marriage for life. So it is a little bit of this feeling of like, you can't leave, and she knows it. And it's like, there seems to be points where he's considering it. Now, I don't know if those are true. Maybe he's not. He's been very vocal about the fact that he doesn't ever want to leave a marriage, but he did before with Cherie, his first wife, mother to Trey. He has done it. So he's clearly capable of doing it, but I know it's not in him. He's talked about this in his book and in appearances. But my perspective, it does feel like Jada knows this too and uses that to her advantage. There's so many red flags and signs of what Jada does. And I'm sure she has her moments. I know we pile on a lot here, but I'm sure she's had her moments, and I'm sure she steps up and supports him also. I will give her that. I don't believe she's always knocking him. but she knocks him a lot. She knocks him a lot. And, you know, you can only handle it for so long, right? So that's there's a question. What do you guys think? Do you think he's ready? Do you think it's time? Do you think this Will should stop being scared and move on with his life and just make her be a friend instead of his partner in life? Or do you think they're better off together? Granted how crazy these two are, is this actually the perfect marriage? Do they deserve each other? I'm still sorting it out. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm curious what you guys think. We got lots more in this story and so much more. So please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button here to Popcorn Planet. We got lots of pop culture, social media stories, so much you're not going to miss. So hit the bell for alerts, smash that like button, and leave a comment. What are your thoughts? Should he leave? Do they deserve each other? I want to hear your thoughts. Make sure you check out our other videos and stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.